Prime Minister Narendra Modi addresses Pradhan Mantri Garib Kalyan Anna Yojana beneficiaries. CBSE declares Class 10 results. Overall 99.04 pass percentage achieved. Three-day-long 8th session of Nagaland Legislative Assembly begins today. Suspected National Liberation Front of Tripura militants gunned down 2 BSF personnel. And in Tokyo Olympics, boxer Lovelina Borgohain ensures medal for country by storming into semi-finals. Good evening, viewers. Welcome to the Northeast News Bulletin from the studios of DDK Guwahati. This is Jolly Khoikia Gogoi with the stories in detail. Prime Minister Narendra Modi said that the government is committed to provide all possible help to the poor people of the country. Addressing the beneficiaries of the Pradhan Mantri Garib Kalyan Anna Yojana, PMGKAY, the Prime Minister expressed happiness over the fact that the distribution of free food grains has helped the poor people. He was seen interacting with the beneficiaries of PMGKAY in Gujarat through video conferencing today. The aim of this public participation program in the state is to create further awareness about the scheme. The state-level program is being held in tribal district Dahod in the presence of Chief Minister Vijay Rupani.
गुजरात में भी लगभग 3.5 करोड़ लाभार्थियों को मुफ्त राशन का लाभ आज मिल रहा है। मैं गुजरात सरकार की इस बात के लिए भी प्रशंसा करूंगा कि उसने देश के दूसरे हिस्सों से अपने यहां काम करने वाले श्रमिकों को भी प्राथमिकता दी।
In the Parliament proceedings, both the Houses of Parliament were adjourned for the day. Pegasus snooping, farm laws and other issues continued to mar the proceedings. In Rajya Sabha, amid ruckus, the House passed the Insolvency and Bankruptcy Code Amendment Bill 2021 after a brief discussion, while the Essential Defence Services Bill 2021 was passed without any discussion. Likewise, amid noisy scenes in Rajya Sabha, Deputy Chairman Harivansh tried to run the question hour. However, earlier in the morning, Chairman M. Venkaiah Naidu rejected the adjournments notices given by the members from Congress, TMC, Left, SP, BSP and others over Pegasus snooping, farm laws and other issues. Following this, the opposition members trooped into the well, raising slogans. The Class 10 results were declared today by the Central Board of Secondary Education, CBSE. The overall pass percentage is 99.04%. Girls have outshone boys again this year with a pass percentage of 99.24%. Meanwhile, a total of 98.89% boys and 100% transgenders have passed. Trivandrum region has recorded the highest pass percentage of 99.99% and Guwahati region has recorded the lowest at 90.54%. The results are available in the official websites of the board, cbseresults.nic.in and www.cbse.gov.in. It is mentionable that the board exams were cancelled this year in view of COVID-19 pandemic. The results were announced on the basis of an alternate assessment policy by the board. In Nagaland, a 3-day-long 8th session of the Legislative Assembly started today in Kohima. On the first day, business was dominated by discussions on matters of urgent public importance pertaining to Naga political issues. Initiating the discussion, Minister for Planning and Coordination and Parliamentary Affairs, Neba Krono, felt that the House should make a resolution and also approach the negotiating parties. Chief Minister Neiphiu Rio moved government bills on introduction of Nagaland professions, trades, callings and employment taxation 5th Amendment Bill 2020 and Nagaland Lokayukta Amendment No. 2 Bill 2021. Meanwhile, matters on battalion camps along Assam-Nagaland border, status of the Registry of Indigenous Inhabitants of Nagaland exercises, status of Foothill Road, status of COVID-19 vaccination drive were raised in the question hour. In Tripura, outlawed extremists gunned down 2 border security force personnel, including a sub-inspector rank official, and looted their sophisticated arms today. Police said that during patrolling, the suspected National Liberation Front of Tripura militants attacked the BSF personnel at Manikpur village in Dhalai district, leading to a fierce encounter in which 2 paramilitary personnel lost their lives. The martyred BSF men include Sub-Inspector Bhuru Singh and Constable Raj Kumar. Meanwhile, a massive search operation has been launched in the area to nab the militants, BSF official stated. Assam Chief Minister Dr. Himanta Biswa Sarma reviewed implementation of functional household tap connections under Jal Jeevan Mission in presence of PHE Minister Ranjit Das in a virtual meet. During the meeting, Dr. Sharma reviewed the status of implementation of Jal Jeevan Mission in different districts and directed the mission director to complete implementation of the mission in a time-bound manner. Meanwhile, Dr. Sharma also asked the DCs to coordinate with APDCL to connect the unelectrified Anganwadi centers and lower primary schools with electricity for functional tap connections to give all the children pure and healthy drinking water. Moreover, for the fast and efficient implementation of the mission, an initiative to create new PHE divisions in the districts is to be taken, added Sharma. And now the Olympic updates. Assam's daughter, Indian boxer Lavlina Borgohain, has ensured a medal for the country by storming into the semi-finals in welterweight category. She will take on B. Surmeneli tomorrow morning. Meanwhile, Manpreet Singh-led Indian men's hockey team lost to Belgium in the first semi-finals of the Tokyo Olympics today. For a bronze medal contest, India will take on the loser of the second semi-final match on Thursday. In athletics, Annu Rani failed to qualify for the javelin throw event, while Kamalpreet Kaur's medal quest ended as she finished 6th in the final of discus throw event. And in wrestling, Sonam Malik lost to Bolorutu Kurukalehu of Mongolia. And in men's freestyle 86 kg category, Deepak Punia will take on Ekerekeme Agiomor of Nigeria, while Ravi Kumar Dahia will meet with Oscar Tigeros of Colombia. Meanwhile, an all-religion prayer for Lavlina was organized by the Sport and Youth Welfare Department of BTC in the Sports Authority of India field in Kokrajhar. Prayers were offered in traditional Batho rituals of the Boros, Nam Kirtan and Islamic rituals. Programs were organized in Khalbari Shimla Rural Stadium to wish her luck. Meanwhile, a cycle rally was also taken out in support of the pugilist for her semi-final match. Sports Minister Anurag Thakur today launched the theme song for the Tokyo Paralympics in New Delhi. Speaking on the occasion, Thakur said, Indian para-athletes have performed consistently in the international para-sports competitions and brought laurels for the country. The sports minister said, this is the biggest ever Indian contingent of 54 para-athletes who will participate in the Tokyo Paralympics in 9 disciplines, and he hopes they will give their optimum best. The theme song has been penned by Sanjeev Singh. Sports Secretary Ravi Mittal, Chief Patron of Paralympic Committee of India Avinash Rai Khanna, President of Paralympic Committee of India and former Paralympian Deepa Malik were present on the occasion, among others. In the COVID update from the country, more than 47 crore 85 lakh COVID vaccine doses have been administered in the country so far under the nationwide vaccination drive. Meanwhile, as per the Union Health Ministry data, the COVID recovery rate is at 97.38%, with over 38,800 patients recovering in the last 24 hours. Till date, more than 3 crore 8 lakh 96,000 people have recovered in the country. However, the active case load is currently recorded at over 4 lakh 4,000, whereas 422 deaths were reported in the last 24 hours. With this, the total death toll in the country has mounted to 4 lakh 25,195. In the COVID scenario in the northeast, Arunachal Pradesh reported a caseload of 3,508 active cases, followed by 44,823 discharge cases. The dead account for 234. Assam has 11,082 active cases, while the released cases topped at 5,50,534. Tally for the dead is 5,294. Manipur records 9,814 active cases, 88,480 discharge cases. The death toll is 1,578. Saddled with 5,843 active cases, Meghalaya has a caseload of 58,987 cured cases. The dead account for 1,109. In Mizoram, there are 12,316 active cases, even as 27,642 were discharged. The dead tallied at 153. Burdened with 1,300 active cases, Nagaland has 26,130 cured cases, while the dead account for 574. Sikkim has 3,323 active cases, followed by 23,211 released cases. The death toll is 346. Finally, Tripura records 3,104 active cases, 75,167 discharge cases, while the dead numbered at 755. Mizoram Governor Dr. Haribabu Kambhampati of Mizoram and First Lady Jayashree Kambhampati formally called on Vice President M. Venkaiah Naidu at his office and also met Prime Minister Narendra Modi at Parliament House, New Delhi yesterday. The governors had already met President Ramnath Kovind the earlier day. Meanwhile, Governor Haribabu, during his interaction with the Vice President and Prime Minister, had important presentations on the developmental initiatives of the state. Now, before we end the news, the headlines once again. Prime Minister Narendra Modi addresses Pradhan Mantri Garib Kalyan Anna Yojana beneficiaries. CBSE declares Class 10 result, overall 99.04 pass percentage achieved. Three-day-long 8th session of Nagaland Legislative Assembly begins today. Suspected National Liberation Front of Tripura militants gunned down 2 BSF personnel. And in Tokyo Olympics, boxer Lovelina Borgohain ensures a medal for the country by storming into the semi-finals. And that brings us to the end of this evening's bulletin. Thank you for tuning in. Namaskar.